Oh gosh. Oh, yo, what is going on, YouTube? On the adventure of just fixing the issues on my Dream LBZ Duramax, one of the biggest things that we ran into is my left side speakers don't even work. So I'll just show you guys real quick. All right, so we found some non-copyrighted music. Of course, it's gonna be absolutely garbage in terms of music, but don't worry about that because I'm not trying to get copyright strike. We're gonna go option, or we'll turn it up first. So you hear it, right? You hear the music. Go to balance and fader. So we hear the music, correct? So if we take this, and go all the way to the left, turn our bass off. So there's still gonna be the bass in the back, but that's coming from the subs. So we're on the left side, right? No sound at all. None whatsoever. None in the back, none in the front, nothing. So we'll go all the way to the right, and you hear it clear as day. Nothing. All of it. Nothing. All of it. So put it back in the middle. Long story short, that's what we're fixing today. So what do we have here? I just pulled out the 2-pack because this is what we're gonna have for today. So if this works, we're gonna end up swapping all 4 speakers, front and rear. But just to show you guys, there's the Scosh. I looked up reviews on these. These aren't horrible. So I pretty much bought all 4 of these just to get me by for a minute. Like I said, the reviews are decent, and I did open them up already, but pulling them straight out of the package. They're 4-way speakers, so you get every single bit of audio out of these things. They're not too specific, and of course it comes with a cover plate just in case it is exterior on something, but I think no cover plate is going to be fine because it's going to be inside of our doors. We're never going to see it, so we'll figure out what we want to do there. But for now, I'm going to start on the back door here because the back door is the easiest one to pull off, and I shouldn't have any difficulty doing it. So I'm going to start pulling this thing off. This might not even work, to be honest, because there could be a wiring issue or something like that, but I'm gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna hope to God that both speakers on the left side just blew out somehow. So we're gonna put these in. I'm gonna see how the audio is, and then if the audio is decent, I'm just gonna put the other 2 on the other side, and then eventually we're gonna be upgrading to a gnarly stereo system. We already have the subs for it. Now we're just gonna have to upgrade the door speakers. This might even be an upgrade from the 2000s, early 2000s speakers, so it might be a slight upgrade for now, but we're gonna go with some gnarly audio equipment once we're done with the exterior of the truck. So if you guys never done this before, on your 99 to 07 GMs, 1 screw, that's gonna be on the bottom left or bottom right corner here. We're going to pull this little door trim out around the handle. And then one of the last pieces is going to be getting this thing off, which you can use a card or anything of that sort. For me, I'm going to be using my special white card that I always keep in my wallet. It's just a blank white card. It can be used for literally anything. I just don't feel like going to my shed and grabbing tools. So you pretty much just stick a card or something in there to wedge, pry it right out. You got your little lock thing. And then from there on, you should just be able to, yep. And then, of course, there's the plug on the back here, which, well, this came out beautifully for me the first time, but of course now that I'm recording, it's going to be an actual pain in my butt. And just like that, door panel off. So a quick look at that switch. Pretty much you're just going to be reaching up in there. It's going to be plugged in like this. You reach behind there, you push this down, pull out, good to go. And then we have access to our speaker. Door panel is over there along with a steering rack. That's awesome. So now I'm going to remove this, wire in our other speaker, and pray to God that it changes something. All right, I grabbed a 1/4 inch, pray that's the right size. You know, I don't know if 1/4 inch is the right size, but it did the job. Oh yeah, no, we're good. Oh, actually, that screw just snapped in there. That's insane. All right, well, I guess we only have 3 screws now. The other ones did come with screws, but, you know, I don't know about all that. So, little connector in here, same way as the switch connector up there, the door switch. Why is everything being a royal pain today? This is ridiculous. All right, that is actually insane. Well, right off the rip, I can see here that a whole bunch of stuff is corroded, so that's no good. So that's just kind of showing me that it totally could be the speakers. So I'm going to be cutting the connector off with the most amount of room. These new ones are not going to just plug in, and no aftermarket one is really going to plug in ever at all. So don't matter, we're going to have to do this regardless. We're going to try 16. So 16 gauge worked perfectly for me. All right, so right now I have the 2 wires that I think it should be connected, and then we're gonna go see if some audio comes out of this thing. All right, so I have some audio coming out of this thing, but it's not very loud. I'm gonna try something and see if it works. All right, speakers installed, time to move on to the next one. Taking off the driver's door is literally the same. It just is a bolt here behind the switch panel, or the lock switch. It's gonna be a Torx T20 for this thing right here. There's usually a cap on that, by the way. There's a little, what do you call that, like a push tab in there, and then there's just the light on this. So it's all plugs. It's super simple. So we're gonna get to installing the speaker. Hopefully this is the big one. This is the big one we need to find out. And just as I thought, look at how rusty this thing is. So I'm hoping that water just got all over this. Obviously it did. I'm hoping that's the reason it stopped working. I mean, dude, it's corroded on the outside, man. It's horrible. But thankfully no screws on this one. Just comes, oh gosh. Oh, yep. So she just comes right out. So we're gonna wire this thing in and check this out, because I can't record it. We're running low on battery life here, but pretty self-explanatory. All right, so we got the speaker installed, and right off the rip, my door ding works. I'm hearing ding ding, and there it is. So we got sound coming out of our door speakers for the first time ever. Dude, the whole time that I've owned this truck, I have not heard anything come out of these side doors, which is so insanely like gratifying to know that that fixed the problem. But actually, let's look at the old speaker here. So obviously it looks cooked on the outside, but on the inside, oh my gosh, man, it is insane. It looks insane in here. This is the connector, right? It shouldn't do that. It should be solid. Yeah, oh gosh, that is actually horrible. Listen to things, they're going crazy. And then if we go to our settings, sound, balance, go right back to the middle. One thing I'm noticing is these ones are much quieter than the other ones. Let's close the door to make sure. So just on the left, and if we go all the way to the right, yeah, so the ones on the left are much louder. These are much louder. So all right, so I'm gonna try to button this stuff up, and then we're gonna move on to the next side. Long story short, these ones are quieter than the original Bose, but we needed to do a speaker upgrade. I think it might be because they're 4-ways as well, so they have a lot more like everything coming out of them instead of just a little bit, because on this side we have tweeters and the A-pillars and normal speakers in there, so they're doing 2 different things. This is taking care of all of those in one, so that's probably what's going on there, but no big deal. We're just going to put everything back together, do the right side speakers, and then it'll all be the same regardless. All right, ladies and gents, and just like that, all the doors are back together, complete, just like they were when we started. So audio sounds great. Just like it kind of sounds the same. I think those ones sound louder because they're pointed directly at me, and then these are under my like legs and stuff when I'm sitting in there, so I'm not so sure, but they kind of sound the same still. One amazing thing is we got the door chime working, because the door chime did not work before, so it just kind of like, you know, it's just something about that GMT 800 door chime that just wasn't there anymore. Listen to it, dude. All right, that might be something that's so incredibly dumb, but you know what? I don't really care, because I love it. All right, I love everything about the GMT 800. There's nothing I really would change about them. That's just my choice of truck. GMT 800 as a truck in itself, everything about it, it's just my truck. And when the GMT 800 door chime is no longer there, you know, it's not as enjoyable, because you're missing out on some of the experience, right? I just wanted to go over these speakers one more time. So if you guys are having any issues with your entire side not working, it's probably because they got corroded on one side. Maybe somebody left the doors open, or I don't know how both speakers ended up going, but both of those, my passenger sides, both worked at the same time, but these ones did not. Obviously this one did not work, Not so obvious on this one. This one is, you know, it's there. You know, we got some corrosion on the wires that go to the speaker itself, but nothing too crazy, right? It looks semi-functional, I guess. And then you come to this one, and it's just with the backing cone off, it's just, holy moly, the rust from itself. It literally, the speaker was rusting, and its own rust stuck to the magnetic part of the speaker. So it is just absolutely insane. Yeah, dude, it is ridiculous. Look at that. That is insane. You know. Oh, the boot wasn't even attached. Yep, so this one, painfully obvious that this would not function. We actually took speakers off the frame of this truck that were in better condition than that, and that's on the interior. These speakers were on the frame of the truck, and they looked better than those. So that's just something to explain itself. This one also doesn't work. Getting thrown away because it's garbage. We're never going to use it again. So I already threw the other box away with the other two speakers, but I just wanted to show you guys that from the left side. The other two speakers kind of look like a little bit better than the back one that we took off. So, you know, not the end of the world. We got our speakers back, and that's all I really care about, because this is one step closer to fixing all the issues that the LBZ Duramax has. Obviously, we want to make it functionally how it should be from the factory, if not better, and then we're going to move on to cosmetics. Well, the rest of them, you know, we got to get a new bed, we got to paint this thing. So we have a lot of stuff coming for this truck, and if you guys want to see any more of that, hit up my Instagram, hit up my Snapchat. Everything is linked in the description and in the bio of my YouTube. There is a link in there that is going to take you to every single part of my social media if you guys want to check any of that out, or you can subscribe here on YouTube. Well, I prefer you do both, but you know, you guys are going to choose what you're going to want to do. So subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment on what we should do to this thing. I'm always searching for things to do to this truck. So if you guys have any ideas, feel free to message me on any of these platforms if you guys have any questions on anything about your trucks, because I've had a lot of GMT 800s. I've been through it all. But with that being said, I'm gonna close out the video here, guys. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.